we are getting into our first semi-finals of the evening. It is, of course, going to be a PvP, and here we go, spawning in on the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE. We have the South Korean Protoss player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Zest. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Russian Protoss representing himself as this man. He's teamless. He is teamless and has made it all the way here to the semis. It is Strange. Oh boy. And I have never had the luxury of casting Strange before. I haven't been able to do it. In general, if you follow us here on the CranKy Ducklings, we typically focus on North American, Latin American, and Korean broadcasts. Very rarely do we get to cast anything European centric. ESL Americas is kind of the only consistent tournament that we have that we are able to follow players like MaxPax, like Gerald, like Vanya, and now Strange. So we'll see how Strange does here. Strange has done an amazing job at getting this far in the tournament, taking down Pili Pili. Very impressive, but now he is up against a beast. He's up against one of the best Protoss players in the world, one of the best in all of South Korea. Right now, that Protoss mantle, the Protoss throne, is a little bit up for contention, right? There are some people who are diehard Trap fans. There are even some people who are really into the parting. Parting is really good as well. SOS is kind of a wild card up in the air. He rarely shows up, but when he does, you know, he can be terrifying as well. And of course there is Zest, so very strong Protoss players in Korea. I would say stats, for those wondering, God, feels bad, man. Stats is on the way to the military. Stats in 14 days will begin his military service, so Stats is only with us for a little bit longer, and then he will be tagging out, but he will be tagging out with a couple of other Protoss players. Classic and Hero, for those wondering, ex-CJ Hero and Classic are going to be returning this year, so everyone get hype. We may be losing some players to military service, but we are gaining others as we are slowly getting into this series. So far, things have been pretty normal. No one has done anything crazy. Everyone has thrown up their initial buildings on top of the ramp in their main base. No one went for a low ground wall like MaxPax. MaxPax usually does that as often as possible. And both players are being a little bit annoying, throwing down some pylons, delaying each other's main bases for as long as possible. But in the end, they will both get their nexuses. They will both expand. And we'll see where we go from here. So far, things are pretty similar from both players. Zest, he is throwing down a shield battery just to be safe at home. Strange, he is skipping out on that for now, being a little bit more greedy, a little bit more risky. And ooh, Zest is throwing down a pylon in the center of the map, looking to be a little bit aggressive here, I imagine, especially since he has kept his probe here to throw down maybe another gateway so he can continue on that aggression, or to throw down a Stargate, as both players are currently scouting each other with their hallucinations. And to be fair, there isn't much to see as, oh, never mind, the Twilight Council gets thrown down in the face of Zest's hallucination. Wow, I cannot believe that just happened. So Zest was able to scout, does know the Twilight Council is on the way, and now he's just going across the map with everything he has. He still hasn't utilized anything with that pylon. He can still warp in across the map, but there is no gateway there, so it is a slow warp in. Meanwhile, Strange on top of his pylon block does have a probe there on top of the ramp, just in case those adepts attempt to shade into the main. And he should be good, Yeah. Yeah, of course he is. He's Strange. He knows what's up. Oh my god. Meanwhile, at the same time, Strange pushes on forward, trying to get on top of these. Oh my god. Trying to get on top of these sentries, but he himself kind of traps himself in, loses every single one of his stalkers, and I imagine he's going to lose his sentries as well. Forces the recall, but is he going to lose everything anyway? He does. He wastes the recall and he still loses every single one of his sentries. I don't know what just happened, but Strange thought Strange thought that he could get the jump on Zest. Nah, mate. Zest was ready for him. Zest dominates that fight, and now Zest, he's just focusing down the shield battery. No overcharge available, forces all the probes off the line. This is disastrous for Strange. Some odd decision making there. Being aggressive as he was, he's going to be losing all these workers, barely going to be able to push this army away. Thankfully, Strange does have a shield battery, he does have overcharge, so he shouldn't die to this, but at the same time, 10 worker kills. That was crazy. Now Strange is down 10 workers. He isn't necessarily ahead in tech either. Fun fact, Zest, even though his Twilight Council was later, his blink is faster. I don't know how he does it. It's just Zest. Oh my god, he's just built different, if you will, as 4 more gates are being thrown down. Zest, he's ready to go with nothing but blink stalkers and a war prism. Meanwhile, Strange, the problem is Strange is investing in other areas. He's investing in upgrades, you know, Forge +1. He's throwing down a robo. Mate, you need an army? Otherwise, you're dead, mate. Like, Zest is gonna just make nothing but stalkers from here, and Strange, to get away with this tech, you need some more shield batteries, mate. And even then, shield batteries aren't that great, because with enough stalkers, you can 1 or 2 short units. Doesn't matter if you have overcharge, you just out DPS the healing of those shield batteries. As Zest is going across the map with all his stalkers, with his war prism as well, warping in across the map, even with this slow pylon, even though that's a little bit slower than just using the war prism. Ooh, okay, this is important. Strange spots the army. He sees it with the Haluk, so he's aware of the situation he's in. What is the plan? He throws up another pylon. Mate, you need some shield batteries. You need something, mate. As the stalkers are coming in, he uses his shield on his sentries, but the numbers are just not here for Strange. That's the problem. Sorry, an Immortal is about to pop out, and the Immortal is going to be key here. Maybe with the Immortal, he's going to be able to push away these stalkers. But Zest, he's just warping in more and more. Even a couple of Zealots, because why not? He blinks forward, he blinks on top of the Immortal. The Immortal goes down immediately, and that was going to be the saving grace for Strange, and it's already gone, mate. GG gets called. And Zest takes game number 1. Pretty easily. GG. What a Strange move. Exactly. Far in the chat. Couldn't have said it better myself. Like, Strange, I don't know what he was thinking. He's like, let's go. Moves on forward, like force fields the army, and then he gets force fielded in himself and loses everything. And it's like, as soon as that happened, like, momentum went in favor of Zest, and Zest just never let go of it. Like, that was crazy. And with that, Zest is up in this series. As a reminder, this is the semifinals, which means this is, despite what I put on the screen, because I think I may have put a best of 3, this is a best of 5. So losing the first game isn't the biggest of deals. Strange can come back from this. He just needs to, tighten up. Needs to tighten up as best he can, because you cannot make mistakes like this against someone like Zest, against the best players in the world. Classic is coming back. The chin toss. Yes, the chin toss is returning. So is the smiling assassin. Speaking of, you know, there are some pro players on the horizon that are coming back. Gumiho is another one. There are also some players who have already come back. This week, actually. For those wondering what the hell I'm on about, I was talking about this at the beginning of the broadcast. Keen, Commander Keen, the Terran player, he is back, and so is Leanoctopus himself. Leanoc, the Zerg player, they have both returned. They have both been spotted in the GSL Super Tournament qualifiers, and in some other events as well. So whether or not they will commit and actually, you know, return to competitive play is a little bit up in the air. regardless, they are playing. We'll see if it's just for fun, if it's just for nostalgia, or if they intend to return in full form. I would love it if they do. I would absolutely love it. As we are getting into game number 2. The plan is to play better in game 2. I mean, there's more to it than that. Mate, we're in a PvP, right? Like, Strange, I love you, buddy, but we're in a PvP, you're up against Zest. Time to throw some pylons out on the map, you know? Let's go. Let's get some proxies out here. Because I imagine that's going to be your best bet against Zest, right? Like, you put yourselves in Strange's shoes. You're up against one of the best Pro Tour players in the world. Best of 5? Mate, cheese him out. At least a little bit. Here we go. As the lobby has been made, we are going to be loading into Jagannatha LE. Full of all them speed zones. And the casters are ready, the players are ready, we are loading in. Oh boy. Here we go. Game 2. What is the plan going to be here? Honestly, I would love it if our Korean player is the one to proxy. As we are getting into the swing of things, game number 2 here on Jagannatha LE, and spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. It is Zest. And spawning in the bottom left of Jagannatha LE, we have the Russian Protoss. This madman, he is teamless, and he is also Strange. Interesting ID name, to say the least. You know, you got people out there like Innovation, you know, you got people like Classic, Hero, like these names that like inspire, you know, some form of confidence, I imagine. Coming out here with the ID Strange, okay. I see you. Look, if you're coming out here with the ID Strange and you're playing nothing but macro, like what is happening? Like, what is wrong? something is wrong here. Oh boy. But we shall see. As this is very interesting building position. Part of me wants to think that maybe like these buildings are here to trick your opponents. Like if maybe if Zest went for a probe scout and he just checked the top of the ramp and then dipped out because it's like, oh my god, the buildings aren't here, where are they? Maybe he's proxying me. So maybe it's meant to be like a pseudo mind game. Yeah, odd choice. Because obviously this means that you need to, you know, work on some more SimCity to make sure that the ramp can be blocked, so that adepts cannot shade in. We'll see what Zest does with this scouting information. Meanwhile, Zest is playing this pretty normal, pretty standard, right, with his buildings on top of the wall. And Strange is being as annoying as possible, throwing down a pylon here at the natural base, delaying that nexus of Zest for a little bit longer. And I imagine Zest is going to do the same. It's typically how PvPs go. We'll see if they go one step further and throw down the Cyber Core, but I mean, that would be a little bit crazy since we already have a couple of units coming out. What is the plan here for Strange? He does have a couple of probes out on the map. Is securing his base. Ooh, goes for a Twilight Council before the Nexus. I like this, I like this. So this could mean a couple of things, right? He could just, you know, focus on Blink and get Blink Stalkers out and be aggressive with them. But he does have a probe out on the map. He could proxy a Dark Shrine, and we could see some DTs. And DTs would be amazing. Yeah, as right now the probe is patrolling here outside the main base. This is a very interesting location. He does throw down the pylon. I don't know if I like this. This looks like a proxy Stargate, to be honest. Like, you wouldn't typically put a Dark Shrine close to your opponent. There's no reason for that, right? Like, typically you would see a Dark Shrine in one of the corners of the map. So, yeah, show us that. No, it's still a Dark Shrine. Huh. This is so risky. Like, this is a really, like, normal or like an obvious proxy location. I would be terrified that Zest would scout me, but so far Zest has not. He's sending his hallucination across the map. He will see the Twilight Council. As I quickly check his vision, he does see the Twilight Council. So there could be some alarm bells ringing in his mind. He did see it researching, to be fair. So right now, Blink is obvious. Will he prepare for DTs though? Because if he doesn't get detection, DTs could end the game. He does have a Forge, so he can throw down some cannons. Does Star +1, no Robo, no Stargate. And the Dark Shrine is about to finish up. And Zest, he is scouting pretty diligently. Making sure he checks the main base time and time again. He's getting a shield battery. He's scared. He saw the minimal amount of probes here at the natural base. Sees the stalkers, but he still doesn't have detection. Yo, cannon though! Get the cannon! Cannon's on the way! And with that cannon, what the hell is Strange gonna do? Strange doesn't have a Warp Prism. He cannot bypass this wall. He can't go straight into the main. He's got to go through the natural. Oh no. The DTs, they are coming in, but the cannon is going to finish up in a couple of seconds. And if Zest sees the shimmer, he can also force field just to protect that cannon. Meanwhile, ooh, okay, the stalkers, they're pulling away the attention of Zest. The DT is sneaking in. It's, oh wait, what? No, that wasn't a cannon at all. Never mind. I thought I saw him start a cannon, but he didn't. It was a War Prism. And now there are DTs and there is no detection in the main. Zest, please. Now, how much damage is going to be done? We have a DT just going ham in the main mineral line. The other one is going to the natural. No detection. GG gets called. And Strange takes the game. Am I crazy? I could have sworn I saw a cannon queued up for Zest. I guess it was a shield battery and I just didn't notice. I'm actually going to check the stream. I could have sworn there was the outline of a cannon. But I could also be blind. Let's find out. Let's find out. As we are getting set up for game number 3, let's make sure we get everyone in here. Rocklets, where are you? Rocklets, where are you? Rocklets? Rocklets is not online. No, the Brazilian stream. Hope you well. Hello, Hepatitis Lee. Hello. Thank you for dropping by. Sorry, I'm just yeah, a cannon was queued up. I just saw it, and then he switched into a shield battery. Oh no. Wow. He did start a cannon, and then he changed it to a shield battery at the last moment. Ay. I apologize for not catching that. All right, here we go. As we are getting into game number 3, we are tied up 1-1 in this best of 5 semis. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Zest. Neglecting his detection, mate. What's going on? And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE, taking a game off of his opponents. My god, the Russian Protoss. He's blue. He is quite strange. Oh god. But yes, thank you. Shout out to Hepatitis Lee. Yes, I'm doing well. I was casting the majority of this tournament with Milk and Cookies, and it was a lot of fun. But Milk did have to go to work, so I am solo casting for the rest of this tournament. Oh boy. And here we go. Honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised. These are the games that I want out of Strange, right? You're up against someone who, by all intensive purposes, is the favorite in this series. You know, has the stronger macro play, has like the better micro. You gotta do something crazy. Right now, Strange, we got another probe out here on the map. This time, I love this positioning, but he just throws down the pylon. We'll see if he comes back to proxy something, but so far it does look like he's trying to mind game his opponent, throwing down his second pylon out on the map, and Zest saw that, so in Zest's mind, you know, maybe there is something crazy out there, and maybe Zest is going to be forced to play a little bit more defensively. Oh boy. As Zest is diligently checking the main base here, doesn't send out a second probe. So far, pretty standard, going for that natural base. Buenos dias, good morning, Aries. Hope you're doing well. Aries, another duckling from Singapore. Strange coming in for a probe scout. Zest, again, he saw that the second pylon wasn't in the main base, so he's checking. He's terrified. He's looking everywhere for a proxy right now. So Strange is in the mind of Zest. Is that going to be enough though? That is the question. As Zest checks everywhere, again, there's only a lone pylon. Like, Strange has not committed to any kind of proxy. Zest even checking with his Stalker. Yo. There we go, another Stalker down here. Zest, he is mapping out everything, and it looks like he didn't even see the pylon. So he still doesn't know for sure what's happening. When really, nothing is happening. Really, Strange is just expanding. Strange is just freely macroing up. Meanwhile, Zest is the one who's still on one base. Oh my, throwing down another gateway and a robo. Zest looking to be quite aggressive here. I imagine going to be getting out a War Prism and going across the map with these upgradeless Stalkers. And even though there's no blink, like, this Stalker push is still quite terrifying, especially because Strange is focusing on his economy. He's only got 2 gateways for production. He's working on a Twilight Council, still working on his Nexus. Oh boy. Okay, Strange, he spots the Stalkers. He sees 4 of them. Not the biggest tell at the moment. In a couple of moments, the Nexus will finish. Ugh, waste one of the force fields. Not ideal. But what's important is that he will have overcharge. And there we go. Second shield battery. He knows. He also, I believe, yep, he just scouted. He sees no natural base. He knows Zest is one basing it up. Mate, all you gotta do is hold. That's all you gotta do, mate. Aye. Here we go. We got a couple more Stalkers being warped in. Okay, what's important is that there is a War Prism, so we can try and go straight into the main base. And decent force fields. Not the best though. The Stalkers do slip away. Oh no, the overcharge is wasted prematurely. Strange, please, you need the overcharge. Oh god. And now Zest, he just waits it out. Okay, we got 2 more shield batteries on the way. Zest just poking and prodding, pushes on forward, focusing down each Stalker one by one. He has enough Stalkers to one-shot. Doesn't even matter how many shield batteries you have. Aye. And now there's only 2 Stalkers remaining, 1 Stalker remaining for Strange. And Zest just showing off how aggressive he can be here. I don't need no DTs. I just need Stalkers. I don't even need Blink. And I just roll over whatever you have. GG gets called. Wow. Strange had 4 shield batteries. Didn't even matter, mate. Boy, as we are getting set up for game number 4. Oh, Zest just needs one more, and then he advances on to the grand finals. Again, Strange, he scouted, he saw what was coming his way. He scouted, he saw that there was a one-base build coming out from Zest. I do think that maybe some better force fields would have helped cutting up the army, because he was going to be down in terms of army supply, and sentries can definitely help with that. Yeah, feels bad, man. Unfortunately, he just didn't have enough. And we are getting ready for game number 4. There we go. Players are ready. Lobby has been made. We are diving into 2,000 atmospheres. And here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE. We have the South Korean Protoss player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is, of course, the player Zest. Currently up 2-1 in this best of 5 series, just needs one more. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the Russian Protoss. He is representing himself, and he is Strange. Honestly, I want to commend Strange on making it this far, making it all the way to the semis. Bearing in mind, people, making it to the semifinals secures you 100 USD. Like, that's pretty insane. $100 US. Strange, he's already walking away with some money here. Obviously you would want more. Obviously you would want the prestige of taking down someone like Zest, right? Causing that upset. And he already took a game, right? It's well within his grasp. But yo, I feel like he made Zest angry. Yeah. I feel like Zest was a little bit upset after game 2. He's like, nah, mate, I've had it up. I've had enough. Let's go. And we saw some of that Zest wrath there in game 3. But here we are, Zest being very greedy here. I say very greedy. Relatively greedy, going for a low ground wall instead of a high ground wall. Obviously, this means that, like, sure, you're a little bit more vulnerable to things like adepts, and it does secure yourself a faster nexus. It is a little bit more, your tech is more exposed, but it is very greedy, and it does help out your economy early on. Meanwhile, Strange is opening up normal, and he needs to do something to help punish this, and ooh, here we go, Proxy Robo. What's interesting about this is that Strange has not scouted. Strange doesn't know that Zest was opening up economically, so things are honestly really lining up well for Strange. This is maybe best case scenario, because we're going to be seeing an Immortal come out, and this Cyber Core is so exposed. Immortals are going to have a great time focusing it down if he chooses to do that, or if he just goes straight for the pylon. Meanwhile, Zest instead is opening up with a Stargate. Oh boy. So a lot of this is going to be about scouting, right? Zest, he's out here, is looking all over the place. He does see that at the moment Strange is only on one base, and that will tip him off a little bit. And this is a kind of obvious location because it's at a Zelnaga, and Zelnagas are typically something that you want to spot. Oh, Zest, I don't think he got close enough. I don't think he really confirmed whether or not there was a nexus. Oh my god. Yo, is Strange going to pull this off? We'll see, we'll see. There's a shield battery. There's only one though. Again, and buildings don't matter that much, not against Immortals. We'll see if he waits for a second one or if he just pushes out with one. There we go. War Prism on the way. And Zest still hasn't scattered this. He steps out a little bit, does check the center of the map, but there's nothing there. The first Immortal is already out. I worry a little bit about this War Prism. Hopefully it doesn't get caught out by these Stalkers. Strange is waiting a little bit longer. Oh, right, you're right, Destiny. So I apologize. It is 50 USD for the semis, not 100. And here we go. The first immortal is here. He is focusing down the first shield battery. It's almost down, already down to half health. Overcharge is being used to keep it alive though, and the Void Ray comes out just in time. Oh my god, we'll see. Oh, please save the immortal. Okay. Strange, he keeps it alive. Oh, trying to focus down the Void Ray. The Void Ray was so exposed after leaving the safety of those shield batteries. Overcharge has already been wasted, bear in mind, but now there are 2 Void Rays and more shield batteries are being thrown down. Oh god. Oh my god. Zest is taking this incredibly seriously. We don't just have shield batteries, we even have cannons being thrown down. A second pylon as well to make sure everything is powered. And now we have 3 Void Rays. Yo, Strange, you're on a timer right now. You gotta go. The longer you wait, the worse this is for you. And now he's diving on forward, almost takes down one of the Void Rays. It looks like he will be able to, oh my god, just barely take down one, but it took him so long, and he lost so many Stalkers in the process. Mate, Zest has got this. The Immortal even goes down. He only has 1 Void Ray left, but 1 Void Ray so far is all you need. Zest though, you gotta be so careful. Oh my god. It's gonna get focused down. It's gonna get focused down a couple more volleys, but a second Void Ray shows up just barely in time. Overcharge being used as well to keep the Void Rays are just not dying. It's like, mate, these are the real immortals. And Zest pushes away Strange. He's backed off. He's only got a couple of units left. Zest has to be careful not to overextend, but he knows that. He does back off. He does return to his natural. Oh boy. And now he's diving out once again. Void Rays are pretty good units. They do they do pretty well against Stalkers, especially Stalkers in low numbers like this. Like, you need a decent amount of Stalkers to start like two-shotting these Void Rays, and Strange just doesn't have enough. And now, like, Zest is comfortable enough to probe up. You know, he's getting his natural base saturated. He's warping in a couple of more gateway units, and he's staying close to the safety of his shield batteries. Oh god, and now we have a 4th Void Ray. Oh no, Strange comes in. He loses the War Prism. GG gets cold. And Zest will advance on to the grand finals. Wow.